We're going to use Monet's Water Lilies and Japanese Bridge as inspiration for our artwork. We're going to be using oil pastels, and we're going to start by making a bridge with two simple arches that go across our paper. And I'm going to put vertical lines in between those arches. Then I'm going to use my oil pastel to kind of thicken in my lines to give them more shape, more form. So I'm just going to make my lines thicker. I'm just going over the top of what I've already drawn. Taking my time, making it nice and neat. I'm going to switch to a lighter green and add some light parts on the top areas where the sun would be shining. I will take a brown and add a little bit of shadow on the underneath part where the sun would not be shining. This just gives my bridge a little bit more interest rather than two straight green stick lines. The last thing I can do is I can use my finger to kind of blend my pastels together. This helps to fill in any extra white spaces that were left behind and give it a more polished look. Now I'm going to start to add lily pads. So I'm going to start at the bottom of my page and make a few large ellipses. An ellipse is a circle that's kind of been squashed down. And as I go further back, I'm going to start making smaller ellipses. What this is going to do is it's going to look like my lily pads are going back into space and getting smaller the further away from me that they are. So I can use light green and dark green. I can add some details. I could color in fully, or I could do what I'm doing here and just lightly coloring. I'm going to add a little bit of brown underneath for the shadows. Then I will blend them all in and add flowers on top. And that's what you'll be completing on day 1. Just make sure that your lily pads are getting smaller as they go towards the top of the page. On day 2, I'm going to come around and get your paper nice and pre-wet for you, and we are going to liquid watercolor. We're going to be adding blues and purples, our cool colors, towards the center of our picture, and then we will add green to the outside.